Let's do a good old-fashioned unboxing on the 1/12 scale, second series from Phicen TbLeague. Hello folks, Denobi2 here. Thank you for joining me once again on another visual tour. This is the second series, second phase, second model of the very popular 1/12 scale TbLeague Phicen body. Now, I did receive these two. This is the pale and this is the suntan version. I received these back in November, and I just got swept up with the holidays, and I decided to, you know what better time to unbox this with the coming of the SH Figuarts Scarlet Witch. Now, if you're not familiar, this is the medium bust, the pale. I'll be unboxing the pale version. The biggest difference between this and the first series is that this is more slender. It's less muscular than the first version that was released last year, I want to say. Last year? Yeah. So this is more of a slender, more of a beach look, more of a swimsuit, I should say, look. So a lot of possibilities here. First impression right off the bat, I was not aware that I had to paint the head that was included. That is not a deal breaker because I'll probably be using another head anyway. You guys remember what I did last year with the first series? I took the Marvel Legends Scarlet, not Scarlet, but the Black Widow, and did a little bit of modding. This version here, this will be the swimsuit edition, and this is really interesting. I gotta say, I'm always impressed with the experience and the amount that TbLeague gets you. Each figure is $40. Mind you, though, on Marvel Legends it's $20, and this whole experience is $40. Let's start off with the head. This right here, the head. Great sculpt, but they really expect me. I guess some collectors would enjoy painting this, but this is way too small. I'll strain my eyesight with this paintwork. Just popped it open. You can kind of see. I guess it'd make it easier if you can split the skull cap there to paint it, but I'm not. The first version included a painted head with rooted hair. Now, I wasn't a big fan of the rooted hair, and maybe they listened to that, but I would have still preferred TbLeague taking the creative license of painting the head. So, let's get the body out, and this will be the PG version. So, I will probably be releasing a VIMEO version. You guys or folks are interested in what the actual body looks like in all its glory. But for the YouTube version, heavy censorship will be applied. What I'm doing right now is testing the articulation. This is 22 points of articulation embedded into a TbLeague silicone body. Miniaturized from the 1/6 scale that we've all come to love. Now, this container is very large, and I suspect that there's something underneath it. And I was right, it is the base. I was not aware that this particular figure came with a base and a stand. I was not aware of that. The first version did not. And for the same price, mind you, I want to say the first version of the 1/12 scale TbLeague was $42. This was $39.99 on Big Bad Toy Store. So the fact that they're making it up with the head and giving you the base, I'm fine with that. That's not a bad trade-off. First version gave you the rooted painted head sculpt. This version gives you the base. I would prefer the base. I do because I wouldn't have, even if it did, to be honest with you, even if they would have painted the head, I probably wouldn't have used it anyway. The whole idea of TbLeague Phicen is kit bashing. Being able to use the body in various projects that you're into. There is the logo there. Now this is interesting because with the first version they included the Bikini, which was cloth, soft goods material. This is more of a, I want to say, rubber it's more of that material. It's more of that ouchless rubber band material. So you want to be careful with it. I wouldn't necessarily say that the bikini is molded out of silicone because it stretches and it doesn't snap back. My first impression was, oh man, this is going to break. I don't think it's going to last. But as I move along in the video, I realized that, this is not a bad choice. Now, these are the wrist sleeves, and they also include the ankle sleeves. And the whole purpose of this is to help sell the illusion of the actual body, to kind of hide the seams where the wrist and the ankles are. For some collectors, it bothers them. For me, it doesn't. So I won't be using those. The heels, extra pairs of hands, and right there, I'm gonna pop on the head, just so I can show you folks what it looks like. And again, the fact that, this little head is tiny. The amount of work and the detail that would have to go to get this head painted. Yeah, no. From a certain angle, it kind of looks like Mackenzie Davis from Terminator Dark Fate. Does anybody else kind of see that look? That Mackenzie? I kind of see it. I do. If I was a good painter myself, I would try to attempt to paint that, but I wouldn't even attempt. Be very careful if you decide to move forward and get your own 112. The bikini, you definitely want to exercise extreme caution when slipping it on, and you can kind of see you're gonna have to fidget with it, but it works. Again, I was very skeptical. I'm like, oh man, this rubber type bikini isn't gonna work, but with a little bit of fidgeting and manipulation, it works. I'm like, okay, I'm sold on it. First, I wasn't. I just assumed, just because of the amount of kit bashing I've done with clothes and soft goods, I just had no experience dealing with a rubber bikini, especially on a figure of this size, of this 112 scale size. But TbLeague, you've impressed me. It works. It really, really, really does work. And it works even better on the base. Again, I like the customization with the base, with the flexi band. So you can definitely get creative with the base. You can maybe have it in a flight stand. Right now, I'm just testing it out, and obviously I need to level the clip around her waist. Now let's move forward to the tan version. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the tan version. I will kind of fast forward, kind of see that the bikini is red, 2 pairs of hands, and you have the wrist and ankle sleeves, and again you have the extra head that they would expect you to paint. Tan is a little bit darker compared to the pale, and you can kind of see it once I apply some light to it. It is more of a darker shade. Very similar to the 1/6 scale Phicen bodies that I used in my previous Phicen videos. And you can kind of see that the actual bikini top does need adjusting, and you can I learned through trial and error that you're going to have to adjust the actual shoulder. You're going to have to raise the actual shoulder so that it does fit properly. You can kind of see it there, and then once you fidget with it, it really works. I'm like, it's really cool. It is a little bit dirty in these close-up shots. You can kind of see like the little grains of dirt and stuff, but a little bit of dusting and a little bit of baby powder to minimize the tension on the surface helps it right out. You can kind of see the pale on the left and the tan. Playing with the lighting here so that you folks can kind of see it. It's impressive. Again, these are $40 bodies here compared to Marvel Legends and an SH Figuarts that it retails anywhere from $60 to $100. This is not a bad deal. Again, meant for kit bash. Now I do have plans. I do have a schedule to keep. I did get my SH Figuarts Scarlet Witch from Infinity War, which prompted me to revisit the super flexible 112 that I received last year. And if you're lucky, in some cases with SH Figuarts, they do include an extra face. And it's that extra face that gives you the opportunity and the ability to do a little bit of kit bashing. Now, it's not a complete head. Oh my god, hold on. Wow. Pause there for a second. That is an incredible mold skull paint application. That definitely looks like Elizabeth Olsen. Very, very nice. If you're wondering where I got my Scarlet Witch, I got this direct from Japan. Just found a trusted buyer on eBay. Didn't want to wait for Big Bad Toy Store since they charge shipping and tax anyway. It comes about the same. Look at that. That is incredible. Look at that detail. Now you can, oh, look at that articulated hair. That's clever. That is clever. That's cool. They did a really good job on this. See, that's the thing with SH Figuarts. I'm for the most part, they do a bang up job. They really, really do. Look at that. That's incredible. Now I'm gonna pose her next to the 112 scale TbLeague bodies, just to get a skin comparison, because with this shot you'll be able to, you the audience, you'll be able to judge and see which complexion fits her a little bit better. And I'm gonna end up using the pale. I thought the tan would have sold her, but the skin application that's used on the SH Figuarts face is just a bit lighter. So the pale body is definitely what's going to be used. Now, that being said, though, going back to the actual extra face right there, it is incomplete. Now, that's not a deal breaker, though, because if you're clever and a little bit of kit bashing, you can kind of use the head, and you can kind of see, well, there's an extra slot there. And the actual TbLeague body does include a peg that you can use, and you see the hair there. Now, granted, it's not a complete head, but with a little bit of posability and movie magic, you can create the illusion. And the plan is to create, that swimsuit look. You guys remember back in the 90s when Marvel Comics would release those swimsuit spreads with your favorite superheroes? This is Scarlet Witch. I think this is the 95 portrayal of her. The tan body has been repurposed for the Wasp, and you can kind of see it with a little bit of angle and posability. It works. So I essentially have been blessed with a second head. Now, from the back, it's obviously incomplete. I did use some poster tack to adjust it, but for the most part, it works. And I did swap out the hands. Since the Scarlet Witch includes an extra set of hands, why not use those hands? I like that look. Where that smirk kind of look into the left, really, really, really cool. And this shot here, this is I swapped out the heads, and I have her kind of doing her energy, psychic blast there, with her neutral look there. And if you've noticed too, I did swap out the bikini, because the red bikini was meant with the tan, but I thought the red bikini and the pale body would work so much better. And you can kind of see it just it works. It's very impressed. Here's the flight look here, having her kind of hover. And again, I'm blown away. I'm like, oh, I didn't always blown away. That's the thing with kit bashing. You get to kind of put pieces together and kind of see what works. Fascinating. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave your comments below. Let me know if a swimsuit Scarlet Witch is in your horizon. See ya.